Did you know that in ancient Greece, it was illegal to let your beard grow too long? Hey everyone! Welcome back to Time Machine Tales. Today's topic? The weirdest laws from history. These are the kind of rules that make you go, wait, what? We'll be counting down the top 10 weirdest laws from history that will leave you both amused and astonished. So, let's get started. Number 1. Ice cream in your pocket, Kentucky. First stop, Kentucky. Imagine this, you're strolling down the street, casually slipping an ice cream cone into your pocket and bam! You're a criminal. But why? Back in the day, sneaky horse thieves used this trick to lure unsuspecting horses away from their owners. The horses would follow the scent, leaving their rightful owners baffled. To combat this, Kentucky banned the practice entirely. While this law isn't enforced today, it's technically still on the books. Moral of the story? Keep your dessert out of your pants. Number 2. No armor in Parliament, England. In 1313, King Edward II passed a law banning people from wearing suits of armor in Parliament. Back then, arguments could escalate from shouting matches to full-on sword fights. The ban aimed to ensure debate stayed verbal rather than lethal. Can you imagine today's politicians in chainmail, dueling over tax reforms? Oh, and fun fact, this law has never been repealed. Technically, if you show up to Parliament in armor, you're breaking the law, even in 2024. Number 3. The Great Potato Restriction, Australia. Here's one for the foodies. In Western Australia, transporting more than 50 kilograms of potatoes without a permit was once illegal under the Marketing of Potatoes Act of 1946. The idea was to control the potato market and prevent overproduction. But imagine being pulled over by the potato police. While this law sounds absurd today, it was taken seriously at the time. Farmers could face hefty fines for smuggling spuds. Thankfully, the law was repealed in 2021, so your potato salad is safe. Number 4. No singing off-key, North Carolina. Love karaoke? Then, steer clear of North Carolina, at least in the early 1900s. Back then, singing off-key in public was considered a public nuisance and could land you in trouble. This law was likely aimed at keeping public spaces peaceful, but it also made life tough for the tone-deaf. Luckily, this law has since faded into obscurity, so sing your heart out, just maybe not in a library. Number 5. Napoleon's pig ban, France. In France, naming a pig a Napoleon was banned to protect the dignity of the famed French emperor. This law stemmed from George Orwell's novel Animal Farm, where a dictatorial pig was named Napoleon. French officials weren't too pleased with the comparison and decided to nip the disrespect in the bud. While the law is largely symbolic today, it's a quirky reminder of how seriously some societies take their historical icons. Number 6. Pillow fights as assault, Germany. Think pillow fights are harmless fun? Not in Germany. Here, pillows are considered a passive weapons, and hitting someone with one could technically be classified as assault. The law stems from Germany's strict stance on personal safety, which doesn't leave much room for playful roughhousing. So next time you're visiting Germany, maybe leave the pillow fights for the privacy of your own home. Number 7. Time travel stories banned, China. China has strict rules about how history is portrayed in the media. In 2011, the government banned time travel storylines in movies and TV shows, claiming they were disrespectful to historical facts and encouraged escapism. While it might sound extreme, this law reflects China's deep respect for its history and cultural heritage. Sorry, Doctor Who fans, this one's not airing anytime soon. Number 8. Baby naming rules, Denmark. In Denmark, naming your baby isn't just a family decision, it's a legal process. The country has a list of 7,000 approved names. Want to name your kid something unique? You'll need to get special approval from the government. The goal is to protect children from potentially embarrassing or harmful names. So while you won't see any XAEA12 babies here, you will see a lot of traditional Danish names like Frigga and Magnus. Number 9. Apology Act, Canada. Canada is famous for its politeness, but did you know they passed an Apology Act? In court, saying sorry isn't considered an admission of guilt. It's just a way of expressing regret or empathy. This law ensures Canadians can stay true to their apologetic nature without worrying about legal repercussions. Truly, the most Canadian law ever. Number 10. Ban on high heels, ancient Greece. In ancient Greece, wearing high heels around sacred sites was forbidden. Why? The shoes could damage the stone pathways and were seen as inappropriate for such revered spaces. It's a law that doubles as a practical footwear tip, because who wants to twist an ankle on ancient ruins? Number 11. Goldfish bowl ban, Italy. Italy passed a law banning round fish bowls, arguing that the curved glass distorts the fish's view and is inhumane. While it might seem overly specific, animal welfare advocates have praised the move. So, if you're in Italy and want a pet fish, make sure its home has corners. Number 12. No roller coasters with reptiles, Ohio. In Ohio, bringing a reptile on a roller coaster is illegal. Apparently, someone decided it was a good idea to take their pet snake on a thrill ride, and lawmakers quickly stepped in to stop it. It's a law that's as oddly specific as it is hilarious. Number 13. Chewing gum ban, Singapore. Singapore's chewing gum ban began in 1992 to prevent littering and vandalism. Today, gum is heavily regulated. You can only buy it for medicinal purposes, like dental health. This strict law keeps the city's public spaces spotless, but it's not great news for gum enthusiasts. Number 14. No public flatulence after 6 p.m., Florida. In Florida, there's a bizarre law on the books that prohibits passing gas in public after 6 p.m. Yes, you heard that right. While this law is often rumored and may stem from an outdated attempt to maintain public decency, it's still a source of laughter and confusion. Of course, enforcement is practically non-existent, but imagine living in fear of a late-night burrito-induced incident. Talk about a real stinker of a rule. Number 15. The no-die law, Norway. Death is inevitable unless you're in the Norwegian town of Longyearbyen. There's an official law that says no one is allowed to die there. Why? Because it's so cold that bodies don't decompose. The town's small cemetery stopped accepting new burials over 70 years ago to prevent disease outbreaks. If someone is terminally ill, they're flown to the mainland to spend their final days. A weird law, yes, but it's also practical in one of the coldest places on Earth. And there you have it, 15 of the weirdest laws from history. They might make us laugh, but they also give us a fascinating glimpse into the priorities and quirks of different societies. Which law surprised you the most? Or do you know of any weird laws we missed? Drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more quirky and fascinating content. See you in the next video. Stay curious and stay weird.